Jalen Varys had mended hundreds of armored suits in his time. Terran, Jovian, and even a few scavenged from old pirate fleets, but he had never worked on anything like the one lying on his repair table now. The armor was sleek, scalloped, and grown rather than built, as if shaped from the bones of some ancient sea creature. Bioluminescent veins pulsed a faint blue beneath its surface, dimming with each passing minute. The warrior inside was unconscious. At least that's what he thought. She had collapsed just outside his workshop on the mining moon of Selum 9, bleeding from wounds that dripped a shimmering silver fluid. He'd dragged her in, half terrified, half fascinated. For all he knew, her species executed anyone who touched their armor without permission. But he couldn't let her die on his doorstep. He set his tools down and leaned over the plating on her left shoulder. The organic armor had cracked clean through, exposing delicate muscle-like fibers underneath that trembled with every breath she fought to take. "This is incredible," he whispered, not expecting a response. But she stirred. A soft voice, accented, melodic, and strained, came from behind the helmet. "Do not touch me." Jalen froze. "I'm trying to help." Her hand twitched but didn't reach for the blade she'd been carrying. It lay on the floor where she had fallen, a curved weapon carved from obsidian glass. "You are Terran," she said weakly. "Guilty." He exhaled. "And you're hurt. Badly. If I don't fix this armor, whatever's inside it will stop healing you." She didn't argue. That was the moment he knew she understood the stakes. With a slow, resigned gesture, she shifted her body to give him better access. Jalen resumed the repairs. As he worked, he kept glancing at her helmet. Elongated, ornate, its visor shaped like the narrow slit of an animal that had never known fear. But he knew better. Even warriors feared pain. He fused the cracked plating together, sealing the breach with a mixture of adhesive resin and thermal energy. When the seam tightened and glowed a healthy cerulean, he stepped back. "That's the best I can do," he said. "The armor should regenerate the rest." The alien warrior inhaled deeply, and her armor brightened in response. She shifted, slowly sitting up. "You did well, Terran." He blinked. Thanks." Her hands rose to her helmet. She hesitated, then pressed a hidden mechanism. The mask split open along its central ridge and unfolded like petals of dark metal. A young woman's face emerged. Sharp, angular features, skin with a faint lavender hue, and eyes like molten silver. But what struck Jalen wasn't her beauty. It was the tear rolling down her cheek. He had never seen an alien cry. "You're hurt worse than I thought," he said quietly. Her eyes flicked to him, startled. She touched her cheek, as if discovering the tear only when he mentioned it. "I did not authorize this reaction," she muttered. Jalen tried not to smile. "Emotions don't usually ask for permission." She bristled, shoulders tensing. "My people do not show weakness." "That's not weakness. That's survival. Something scared you enough to run here half dead. Whatever it was. Is it coming?" Her expression shifted, fear edging into her silver eyes. "They are hunters," she said. "Rivals of my clan. They destroyed my squadron. I fled with the star map they wanted." "Star map?" She tapped the side of her armor, projecting a faint hologram. Stars arranged in spirals with one blinking red. "That is the location of an anomaly. Gateway. If they reach it first, they will unleash something neither your people nor mine can fight." Jalen swallowed. He was a mechanic, not a soldier. The worst threat he'd faced was a malfunctioning plasma drill. But this, an interstellar chase for a cosmic gateway, was well beyond his pay grade. "Why come here?" he asked. Her voice softened. Your moon has no military presence. They would not expect me to hide among miners. Smart, he admitted. The ground vibrated. Not a quake. Tremor. Her eyes widened. They have tracked me. Before Jalen could react, a siren blared across the mining settlement. Outside, shadows swept past the workshop window. Sleek crafts descending through the mist. Hide, she said. No, Jalen replied, surprising himself. I didn't patch you up just for you to surrender. He grabbed the plasma torch from his bench. Not a weapon, but it was hot enough to cut through reinforced ore. You intend to fight with that? She asked incredulously. Got anything better? She considered, then handed him her obsidian blade. This will bond to your biometrics for 1 hour. Use it well. He gripped the weapon. It hummed, reacting to his touch as if awakening. The workshop door exploded inward. 3 alien hunters strode inside, wearing dark, serrated armor. Their leader hissed something in a language Jalen didn't understand, but the meaning was clear. Surrender. The warrior beside him stepped forward. You will not have the map. The hunters attacked. Jalen moved on instinct, swinging the blade. It cut through the first hunter's armor like fabric. The creature fell, stunned by the unexpected resistance. The female warrior, now rejuvenated by her repaired armor, moved like a storm. She tackled the second hunter, their bodies crashing through a row of metal shelves. Sparks lit the air as they exchanged blows. The leader lunged at Jalen. He barely dodged, slashing upward. The blade hummed, leaving a glowing streak across the attacker's chest. A roar echoed, then silence. The leader collapsed. Breathing hard, Jalen lowered the blade. Is that all of them? For now. She stood, wiping silver blood from her cheek. You fought well, Terran. He laughed breathlessly. I didn't die, so I guess that counts. Her mask snapped shut once more, but not fast enough to hide the new tear forming at her eye's edge. You saved my life, she said. Twice. My people owe you a debt. Jalen shook his head. You don't owe me anything. But she stepped closer, placing a hand on his shoulder. Her armor's light pulsed warmly. Then I owe you honesty, she said. My name is Saris Kale, warrior of the Luminari. Nay. I feared dying alone. He felt the words settle between them. Heavy. Real. You're not alone anymore, he said. Saris glanced at the fallen hunters. Their reinforcements will come. Cannot stay on this moon. But I will not forget you. She turned toward the doorway and stopped. The gateway must be secured. If you wish, you may come. I could use an engineer with brave instincts and steady hands. Jalen looked around at his workshop. The tools, the half-built drones, the quiet life he'd always known. Then he looked at her. A warrior who cried despite insisting she couldn't. A survivor carrying the burden of the stars. He tightened his grip on the obsidian blade. When do we leave? He asked. Sarah smiled, barely but unmistakably. Now. They stepped into the misty night, toward her hidden ship side by side. Together. And somewhere far beyond the mining moon, a gateway waited. Silent, ancient, and full of secrets neither of them were ready for. But they would face it. Not alone.